Your belly fat is not ignoring your effort. Your body is actively working against you. Most people have spent years doing the right things and still seeing almost no results. You run longer, push harder, skip meals, and somehow the belly stays exactly where it is. That is not a willpower problem. That is a biological signal problem inside your body. Your body is not broken, but it is receiving the wrong instructions every single day. And until those signals change, no amount of cardio will touch that stubborn abdominal fat. Here is what the fitness industry never tells you about how belly fat actually works. Belly fat is not passive. It is actively protected by hormones, stress signals, and blood sugar. Two people can burn identical calories and get completely different results, and science explains exactly why. The difference is not effort. It is the internal environment your body is operating in. When blood sugar stays elevated, when cortisol runs high, the body holds fat around the organs. When insulin is constantly spiked, your body simply refuses to release stored fat for energy. This is why intense cardio sometimes makes belly fat worse, not better, for certain people. Your body reads stress signals from exercise the same way it reads stress signals from life. And chronic stress, whether from the gym or the office, tells your body to store more. But here is the part that changes everything. Simple walking, done strategically, sends completely different signals. Not any walk, not any time, but specific upgrades that work directly with your biology. Today, you will learn 5 walking strategies that target the hormonal root of belly fat directly. One of them works in the first 10 minutes after every single meal you eat. Another one uses your eyes, yes, your actual eyes, to lower cortisol and release fat. And one takes advantage of a biological window every morning that most people completely sleep through. None of these require running, gym equipment, or pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion. By the end, you will understand why a smarter walk consistently outperforms a longer, harder workout. Let us start with the most underrated metabolic window in your entire day, right after eating. Every time you eat, your blood sugar begins rising, especially after carbohydrates and processed foods. Your body responds by releasing insulin to pull that sugar out of the bloodstream quickly. In healthy metabolisms, this process is fast and efficient, and blood sugar returns to normal quickly. But in many adults carrying belly fat, this system has become sluggish and less responsive over time. The body keeps releasing more insulin to handle the same amount of food on your plate. And while insulin stays elevated, your body will not touch stored fat, not even a little. This is the hormonal lock that keeps belly fat protected no matter how hard you train. But walking after a meal breaks that lock in a way almost nothing else can match. When your legs start moving, your muscles immediately begin pulling glucose directly out of your bloodstream. Think of your leg muscles as a sponge. They absorb blood sugar before insulin has to spike. The muscle contraction itself pulls glucose into the cells without needing insulin to do the work. This means the blood sugar spike after eating becomes smaller, shorter, and far less damaging metabolically. You do not need a long walk. Even 10 to 15 minutes makes a measurable difference. You do not need to sweat, sprint, or push your heart rate into any particular zone. A relaxed walk around the block after dinner is one of the most powerful metabolic habits possible. Over weeks and months, this single habit improves insulin sensitivity, lowers fasting glucose, and reduces fat storage. Your body stops stockpiling energy and starts handling it efficiently, which is exactly what belly fat needs. Now here is something that surprises most people. How fast you walk completely changes what you burn. Most people assume faster is always better, because more effort must equal more fat burned, right? But your body has two fuel systems, one that burns fat slowly and one that burns sugar fast. Fat burns clean and efficiently, but only when there is enough oxygen flowing through the body steadily. The moment you push too hard, your body switches from burning fat to burning sugar instead. And you cannot tell from the outside when that switch happens, but your breath always knows. Here is the simplest tool ever discovered for staying inside the fat-burning zone while you walk. Keep your mouth closed and breathe only through your nose for the entire duration of your walk. If nasal breathing feels comfortable and steady, your body is using fat as its primary fuel source. The moment you feel desperate to open your mouth, you have crossed out of the fat zone. Nasal breathing acts as a natural speed regulator. It keeps your pace exactly where your body thrives. There is another reason this matters that goes beyond just fuel selection and walking pace optimization. Nasal breathing activates slower, deeper breathing patterns that directly calm your nervous system while you move. And a calmer nervous system means lower cortisol, which is directly linked to abdominal fat storage. Chronic elevated cortisol is one of the primary biological drivers behind stubborn visceral belly fat accumulation. So, nose breathing during your walk is doing two jobs at once: fat fuel and stress reduction. This is not about walking harder, it is about walking smarter within a zone your body loves. Master nasal breathing first, and every walk you take becomes significantly more metabolically valuable than before. Now, once you have timing and breathing dialed in, there is a third upgrade worth adding gradually. Your body is an incredibly efficient machine. It adapts to repeated effort faster than most people realize. If you have been walking the same route at the same pace, your metabolism has already adjusted. The same walk that challenged you in month 1 barely registers as effort by month 3. This is not failure. This is your body doing exactly what it was designed to do. But for fat loss, this adaptation works against you unless you give the body a new challenge. The simplest way to increase the demand of every walk without changing time or distance is rucking. Rucking means walking with a light backpack. Even 5 to 10 pounds changes the entire metabolic equation. Your glutes, legs, core, and back suddenly recruit more muscle fibers just to maintain your normal pace. More muscle activation means higher glucose demand, better insulin sensitivity, and greater fat-burning potential per step. And unlike running or high-impact cardio, a weighted walk stays gentle on the joints and sustainable long-term. This matters especially for anyone over 40, over 50, or carrying significant extra body weight right now. You are not making the walk harder in a punishing way. You are making it more valuable metabolically. The return on every step you take increases without asking for a single extra minute of your time. Start light, stay consistent, and gradually increase the weight only when the current load feels truly easy. But here is where things get genuinely interesting, and where most people would never think to look. The fourth walking upgrade has nothing to do with speed, weight, breathing, or how long you walk. It has everything to do with where your eyes are pointed while your feet are moving forward. This sounds strange, but stay with it. The science behind this is more practical than it seems. Your nervous system is constantly gathering information from the environment to decide whether you are safe or not. One of its most powerful information channels is your vision, specifically how wide or narrow your focus is. Think about a typical day. You spend most of it staring at screens that are inches away. Your visual field collapses inward, your focus narrows, and your brain stays locked in high-alert processing mode. This narrow, fixed visual attention keeps your nervous system activated, your cortisol elevated, and your body stressed. Now compare that to walking outside and letting your eyes naturally scan the full environment around you. Your gaze softens, your peripheral vision opens up, and your brain receives a completely different set of signals. A wide, open visual field signals to the brain that there is no immediate threat requiring urgent attention. This simple perceptual shift helps the nervous system move from high alert into a calmer, restored state. And when the nervous system calms down, cortisol drops, and lower cortisol makes belly fat easier to release. This is part of the reason a walk in nature feels so mentally different from a treadmill session. Your eyes are moving, your environment is changing, and your brain is reading all of it as safety. So the upgrade is simple. Put the phone away completely before you take your first walking step. Look up, look out. Let your eyes move naturally across the horizon and the space around you. You are not just exercising your body during that walk, you are recalibrating your entire stress response system. Over time, consistently lower stress levels create a hormonal environment where belly fat is far easier to lose. This is the upgrade nobody talks about, and it costs nothing except putting your phone in your pocket. Now we have covered 4 upgrades, but the 5th one might be the most powerful of all. It does not require changing your route, your pace, your gear, or anything about how you walk. It simply requires walking at one specific time of day that your biology already prepares you for. Walk within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up, before your first meal, if that is possible. Here is why that window matters more than almost any other time you could choose throughout the day. While you sleep, your body goes 7 or 8 hours without any food coming in from outside. During that entire time, insulin levels are falling, and your body is running on stored energy reserves. By the time you wake up, you are in one of the lowest insulin states of your whole day. And low insulin is the condition under which your body is most willing to release stored fat freely. A morning walk steps directly into that window and says, yes, keep burning what is already stored. You are not burning fat because you are starving yourself. You are burning fat because conditions are ideal. The body is already primed. The hormonal environment is already favorable, and walking simply extends that state longer. Now add another layer. Morning sunlight entering your eyes within the first hour of being awake matters. Natural morning light sets your circadian rhythm, the internal biological clock that governs sleep, hormones, and metabolism. When the circadian rhythm is well regulated, sleep quality improves. Cortisol follows a healthier daily pattern, and metabolism sharpens. And this matters because belly fat and poor sleep are connected in a very direct, measurable way. Studies consistently show that poor sleepers experience worse blood sugar control, more cravings, and greater difficulty losing weight. So, your morning walk improves today's fat burning and also sets up better sleep for tonight. And better sleep tonight means better blood sugar, better cortisol, and better fat metabolism tomorrow morning. This is what makes the morning walk unique. The benefits compound forward through time instead of stopping immediately. You are not just burning a few extra calories, you are tuning your entire metabolic system daily. Now, here is what happens when all 5 of these upgrades start working together consistently over time. You walk after meals and reduce blood sugar spikes before insulin has a chance to climb high. You breathe through your nose and keep your body in fat-burning territory instead of sugar-burning stress mode. You add light resistance and recruit more muscle, increasing glucose demand and improving insulin sensitivity daily. You look up and let your eyes soften, and your nervous system finally gets to come down. You walk in the morning and extend your body's natural fat-burning window into the first part of the day. Each upgrade targets a different biological system: blood sugar, cortisol, muscle activation, nervous system, and circadian rhythm. And when all 5 systems start receiving better signals, something changes that no single workout could create alone. Belly fat is not just responding to calories anymore. It is responding to a completely changed internal environment. Your body stops defending that fat because the hormonal reasons it was holding on are finally being addressed. This is the key insight that most fitness advice misses entirely. Belly fat is a signal problem. It is your body's response to a prolonged state of elevated insulin, elevated stress, and disrupted sleep. Change those signals consistently, and the body no longer has a biological reason to keep protecting that fat. You do not need a more punishing workout routine. You need a smarter daily movement strategy instead. Walking has been studied more than almost any other form of movement for improving metabolic health outcomes. It is low impact, easy to recover from, and when done strategically, it influences multiple hormonal systems simultaneously. The people who lose belly fat and keep it off are rarely the ones doing the most intense workouts. They are the ones who have built consistent daily habits that send the right signals every single day. Start with one upgrade, whichever one fits most naturally into your current daily routine right now. Do it consistently for 2 weeks before adding the next one on top of the first. Build slowly, stay consistent, and trust that biology responds to repeated signals more than to occasional intense efforts. Because the goal was never to punish your body into giving up fat through sheer force of will. The goal is to create an internal environment where releasing stored fat becomes the easier, more natural option. And you can start building that environment today with your very next walk outside.